Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, here on Next Gen Racing Productions. Tonight, 946 Designs Open Cup Series hits the paperclip at Martinsville for the Virginia is for Lovers 225, race number 8. Looks like we have a few drivers out on track, so we'll jump on board right now with the 33 of Brian Maskell Jr. as he is making his way around the track for his up-to-speed laps. These qualifying laps are going to go fast. Brian was the first to cross the line, so he is going to go ahead and slot in the first position. Now being dropped to third as J.R. Hager has taken the pole position in the 95. Eric Blunt in the 99 also out on track. The 77 of Lance Yancey. Brian Maskell Jr. brings his machine to a stop. We're going to eyeball Jeff Hollingsworth as he is sitting at the end of pit road getting ready to go. Looks like J.R. Hager is on top of the provisional pole as of now. He has brought his machine back down pit road looking to see if anybody else is going to begin their timed lap just yet. And I am not seeing anybody. Seeing a few cars just kind of sit down there around pit lane right now. 10-minute qualifying for the 946 Designs Open Cup Series. Presented to you by Next Gen Racing Leagues on iRacing.com. Go check them out if you haven't already. Try to get out here on track. See if your crew chief's got what it takes for you to battle with the top dogs out here. And looks like Jeff Hollingsworth finally firing off. Matthew McMeekin also beginning some laps as well. So two drivers going out at almost the same time. Keep our eye on both of those drivers. Brian Littleton in the 80 machine just hanging out there on pit road as well. So only 5 drivers have decided to go out there and put down a lap. 7.5 minutes left here in qualifying. We will go green flag racing after that. It's short track racing at its finest. And this place has brought us great battles in the past. We'll have to see if tonight is one of those nights. Or will there be the typical short track carnage and mayhem? And, I mean, it could go either way. It's about a 50-50 shot, really. I mean, you blow your braking zone one good time and you're going to nail somebody. But Jeff Hollingsworth in the 079 able to slot in the 3rd position. Matthew McMeekin is sitting in the 7th position, so he wasn't able to make up that much of time out there on track. Brian Littleton now sitting at the edge of pit road, waiting to go out. Not sure if he's even going to go out, but he's sitting in his car acting like he is. Few drivers out there that haven't made a lap. I mean, most of the field. Brian Littleton, Gordon Larson Jr., Chuck Mobley, Corey Walters, Damon the Unicorn Cox, Cody Terry, Charles Woods, Christopher Matthews, Thomas Light, Alan Westman, Ron Holyfield, David Smith Jr., Craig Lerman, Kendall Levron, Justin Walters, Travis Smith, Brian Britt, Roy Hyde. None of those drivers have made a qualifying lap just yet. So, yeah, I mean, do have one driver making multiple laps out there. Lance Yancey utilizing the time to get in a little bit of extra practice. We'll have to see how that shakes out for him. Well, looking like nobody else is going to qualify, so we're going to do we're going to go ahead and kick it out to our pre-race festivities, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Next Gen Racing Productions.
Well, if you ask me where I come from, Here's what I tell everyone. I was born by God's dear grace in an extraordinary place where the stars and stripes and the eagle fly. It's a big old land with countless dreams, and happiness ain't out of reach. Hard work pays off the way it should. Yeah, I've seen enough to know that we've got it good, where the stars and stripes and the eagle fly. There's a lady that stands in a harbor for what we believe, and there's a bell that still echoes the price that it costs to be free. I pledge allegiance to this flag, and if that bothers you, well, that's too bad. But if you got pride and you're proud you do, hey, we could use some more like me and you, where the stars and stripes and the eagle fly. Yes, there's a lady that stands in a harbor for what we believe, and there's a bell that still echoes the price that it costs to be free. No, it ain't the only place on earth, but it's the only place that I prefer to love my wife and raise my kids, hey, the same way that my daddy did, where the stars and stripes and the eagle fly, where the stars and stripes and the eagle fly.
Well, there you go. Little tribute to the country. A little something different this time around. We'll see if any of y'all actually liked it or paid attention to it. We don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. Right now, still on top of the board here with 1 minute left in qualifying. J.R. Hager in that 95. Charles Woods in second. Tom Laneville third. Fourth, Jeff Hollingsworth. So nobody able to do anything with that fast lap of an 18.809 by J.R. Hager in that 95. And I think he may be one of our newer drivers. Don't see him over here on the TeamSpeak side of things. So we'll just have to worry about driver interviews with somebody else. Brian Littleton did make a lap after all. When we cut away from the track, he slotted in 11th position. Your points leader, Roy Hyde, in that 00 did qualify, but was the slowest qualifier. So he's going to have to start about mid-pack, as we have, I do believe, about 24, 25 drivers out here tonight. So Roy going to be in the middle of the pack. Looks like Damon Cox, he's out there, but not going to be able to complete a lap. There you see it. Checker flag has waved here for the Virginia is for lovers 225. And your pole sitter for tonight's race, the 95 of J.R. Hager. Sorry about that. I was having a moment to myself. Just, don't worry about it. Woo, boy, oh boy. Already struggle bus time. All right. That's how we do things. You know what I mean? It's all good, though. As drivers begin to make their way to the grid, we will go ahead and run through tonight's starting lineup. Row number 1, pole position, the 95 of J.R. Hager, followed by the 40 of Charles Woods. Row number 2 in third position, the 115 of Tom Laneville. In 4th, the 079 of Jeff Hollingsworth. Starting in the 5th position, the 92 of Christopher Matthews. And in 6th, the 77 of Lance Yancey. Row number 4, the 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. and the 33 of Brian Miskell Jr. That's the junior row right there. Row number 5, the 99 of Eric Blunt and the 14 of Corey Walters. Rounding out your top 10, starting in 11th, the 80 of Brian Littleton, followed by the 28 of Kendall Levron. 13th position, the 4 of Matthew McMeekin. Thomas Light in the 98 is in 14th. Row number 8, the 00 of Roy Hyde and the 9 of Travis Smith. Row number 9, the 18 of Chuck Mobley and the 46 of Justin Walters. Row number 10, David Smith Jr. and the 08 and the 05 of Brian Britt. 21st position, the 43 of Craig Lerman, followed by the 57 of Damon Cox. Row number 12, the 96 of Alan Westman and the 22 of Cody Terry. Rounding out the field here tonight, the 20 of Ron Holyfield will start shotgun, 25th position. Drivers are going to get bunched up and ready to go. We're going to get this thing started off here for the 946 Designs Open Cup Series. Virginia is for lovers 225 at Martinsville. Pace car is off. Field going through turn number 3 and 4. Waiting for the flagman to throw it. We're green flag racing at Martinsville Speedway. The 115 of Tom Laneville hot on the trail, and up the track goes one car. Wow, Cody Terry. I believe that was Cody Terry that may have been involved in that. Already dropping through the field, it looks like. Couldn't quite see. Maybe that was the 40 of Charles Woods, actually. Tough to say who that was. Already things happening. Lap 1. Here goes Tom Laneville to the inside of Hager. Trying to get the position away. He does. Now the 92 of Christopher Matthews trying to stick his nose in there and leave that 95 of Hager stuck out on the outside. Just behind them, Jeff Hollingsworth. He's got his eye on filling that hole as well. The 115 of Tom Laneville now opening up a half a second gap over the field. Battle on track is for second place. Battle on track is everywhere, I should say. Front beginning to sort themselves out, so we're going to take a look a little back further through the field. This is Eric Blunt and Kendall Levron on screen, followed by the 33 of Brian. Oh, big moment for Kendall. He gets on the curb and up the and around he goes. Back onto the gas a little too early. Let's take another look at this real quick. See what happens with Kendall as we are under our first caution here at Martinsville Speedway. let's go back one more time, see how this all took place here for Kendall. I believe this is where he's going to get into turn 3 a little bit hot. Down onto the grass, up the track. Wow, big mayhem back there. My goodness. Let's take one more look at some of this going on here and see what took place one last time here from the blimp cam. Show you everybody involved. Leaders are hitting pit road. Some of the cars hitting pit road. Brian Maskell Jr. able to slot through that. The 40 as well. Lance Yancey caught up. The 4 of Mick Meekin hits the wall. Other drivers snake their way through to get by that. That could have been really bad for a lot of our drivers. We're going to go ahead and jump back up front with your race leader, the 115 of Tom Laneville. Had a great start, now leading the field here under pace laps. We are on lap 7 out of 225. Make that lap 8. So a long way to go for these race drivers. We're going to have to see if things settle down, if they continue to, what's the word I'm looking for? Not careless, but aggressive maybe. Or if things are going to calm down just a little bit here tonight. Something a little bit different for these race car drivers. Not just that it's one of the first times we've been to a short track here in our first season with the 946 Designs Open Cup Series, but this is a surface that's different in itself, going from pavement to concrete in the corners. So it drives a little bit different. You don't want to get up there in the dirty stuff. Everybody's fighting for the bottom. And as we've seen in the case of Kendall Levron, if you overcook it going in and you touch that grass, it will shoot you up the hill. And your tires are going to be pretty angry with you, and you're going to have a tough time putting the power back down without some chaos ensuing. However, pace car lights are off. Field will begin to double up, coming down the backstretch, looking right at you, ready to go. Your leader, the 115 of Tom Laneville, has chosen the inside. Comes around the corner. That green flag racing as the 115 got a great start. J.R. Hager able to utilize that great start as well. Slots himself into second. Gordon Larson Jr. up into third. The 92 of Christopher Matthews started first row outside, has fell back to the fourth position, now in danger, under fire from that 079 of Jeff Hollingsworth. Brian Maskell Jr. right there in the mix as well, just in front of the 80 of Brian Littleton. Tom Laneville shot out of a cannon on that restart, and he is gone. Almost a second lead over the 95 of J.R. Hager, who was your pole sitter here tonight, and looks like, excuse me, Christopher Matthews with a big moment. He has got stuck outside and just falling through the field like a rock. Not sure if this is planned or if he has gotten into the wall at some point in time here. Trying to keep an eye on everything, as this is such a short track. There is cars absolutely everywhere. Few drivers caught up in that incident. Kendall Levron has brought his machine behind the wall and packed it up and headed to the house. Chuck Mobley in the 18 also involved early. He is now being shown 4 laps down. David Smith Jr. in the 08 trying to make a pass. He is able to get by that 05 of Brian Britt, just a little bit behind what is on your screen. Nothing going on up front. Tom Laneville still has a 1.3 second lead over J.R. Hager. Hager has a 1.1 second lead over third place, the 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. So nothing really happening up front. Things are starting to get gapped out as the field continues to race around this paperclip half-mile track. And we might see some green flag running here, so we'll just keep an eye on everything going on. Close racing back there between, I believe that is either Chuck Mobley or Brian Britt back there riding and battling with the 08 of David Smith Jr. Tom Laneville, something must have happened to Tom. Tom has disappeared. Oh, no, there he is. No, he's not. Where in the world did Tom go? Something must have happened. Huh. Very, very interesting. Huh. This is very interesting. Tom disappeared off of the timing and scoring. There you see with some connection issues. I think that's why. So Tom with a 1.6 second lead. So we'll just have to stay back here or so. With all that happening, that kind of messes with the timing and scoring just a little bit. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Still battling these two gentlemen right here, the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. and the 80 of Brian Littleton, all over each other since the drop of the green flag on the restart. Restarted on, I believe it was lap number 4. Those two drivers, 6th and 5th, trying to determine who will make up those points. Brian Mescal Jr. sitting 3rd in the season points, so he could use a little bit of help trying to catch back up to that 00 of Roy Hyde. Roy, unfortunately, was a start and park here tonight, so driver's going to be able to make up a good chunk of points on that 00, and I'm not sure if he is still at the track or not, so we'll have to take a look into that here in just 1 second. Brian Mescal Jr. starting to catch up to the rear bumper of the 079 of Jeff Hollingsworth. Everybody else still kind of evened out. The 40 of Charles Woods is battling to the inside. Looks for the position. I believe he's going to get it. This is a gaggle of race cars. The 77 of Lance Yancey is right there. Eric Blunt, the 99 as well. Going to keep our eye up on that battle. We were watching up closer to your leaders. Tom Laneville still out to a great lead. As we see that 40 of Charles Woods with a little bit of unorthodox line there through the backstretch. He keeps it low on the backstretch and low onto corner entry. He's going to skirt it out towards the wall here this time by. Get in the preferred racing line now. Everybody's still just battling it out on track all the way back to the 20th position or so. Only a few tenths of a second between each of these cars. As there you see the long train of cars working their way around this half-mile paperclip track at Martinsville Speedway. See if I can't do some magic here as we're watching these gentlemen still get around this paperclip half-mile track, Martinsville Speedway. The 40 of Charles Woods able to keep the position as we stand. Some drivers on pit road about, I don't know, 10 laps to go or so. A lot of your front runners have been out on the same tires the entire night. Your race leader, Tom Laneville, now with a 2.3 second lead over the 95 of J.R. Hager. The 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. still slotted into third position. Brian Mescal Jr. has been able to make that pass finally on the 079 to take the fourth position away. Hollingsworth now going to have to deal with that 80 of Brian Littleton trying to make the pass as well. Brian Mescal Jr., one of the faster cars on the track that time by. Jeff Hollingsworth able to hold suit right now, maintain that fifth position over the 80 of Brian Littleton, who is just off the screen, lurking in the background, looking through the rest of the field. Looks like we're beginning to have some small little battles right here. This is between the 96 of Cody Terry. Big moment for Cody. He's able to save it, keep it going straight. Those tires not going to be happy with him as he enters turns 1 and 2. Once again, down the back stretch. It's like a little drag race. It's like you get two little drag races each and every lap. Cody Terry up the track just a little bit into that 92 of Christopher Matthews. Thomas Light in the 98 sitting right behind them. The 57 of Damon the Unicorn Cox trying to stay on the lead lap. There you see your leader just behind. Cody Terry up the track once again. Almost into that 98. Just behind this battle, there you see that 115 of Tom Laneville already putting some of this field one lap down. The 08 of David Smith Jr. finds himself in the lucky dog position as we are working lap 42 at a 225 here for the 946 Designs Open Cup Series. Presented to you by Next Gen Racing Leagues on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. If it's got wheels and you want to ride in it, I promise you they got it. You're not going to get anything closer to the real thing unless you go and spend a couple $1 million. Every track and car laser scan for precision. So if you haven't already joined iRacing, I suggest you do it. Lap 45 for your leaders. Damon Cox in the 57 on screen, just now going one lap down. Battle up front. Brian Mescal Jr. has begun to reel in that 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. We're going to stay right here with your leader as he is beginning to pass lap cars. Put yet another fast driver down one lap, the 98 of Thomas Light. An early winner so far this season. And this season has been one of change. We have had a different winner every single race this season. That's how hard it is to repeat. Can one of those drivers make it to the front of the field and clinch himself his second win for the season? Points are everything. No chase here in the 946 Designs Open Cup Series. Next Gen Racing Leagues here on Next Gen Racing Productions. And man, one caution so far, so these drivers, maybe just a little miscue there. Kendall Lebron, he paid the price for it. His machine had to be pushed behind the wall, and he has already been to the house. The 115 putting yet another car a lap down. The 22 of Cody Terry. Now it looks like that 20 of Ron Holyfield is going to be scored as your lucky dog when they cross the line. Christopher Matthews, he's trying to hold on for dear life for position. Stay on the lead lap as we are down to 15 cars on the lead lap, and we're only 50 laps into the Virginia is for Lovers 225. The 115-year leader all over that rear bumper of Matthews. Matthews goes up the track. Brian Littleton has been able to get by Brian Mescal Jr. Jeff Hollingsworth also able to get by. So Brian Littleton capitalizing on a mistake by Mescal Jr. Sorry, my brain. I'm talking about so many Brians right now. Mescal Jr. must have had an issue. He dropped 2 spots from that 4th position, closing in on 3rd. Back to the 6th position. Your race leader now looking to put that 43 of Craig Lerman down a lap as well. We now have 14 cars on the lead lap, 22 cars out there on track out of the 25 that took to the grid for tonight's race. Looking back, and it looks like Hollingsworth is right there on Gordon Larson Jr. Sorry, he swapped away from your leader. So he's got about a 5-second lead over this second place driver, the 95 of J.R. Hager. Just behind them is this battle going on between Hollingsworth, Littleton. Now Lance Yancey has made an appearance. What has happened to Brian Mescal Jr.? He is on pit road being scored. 1 lap down. Not showing him. Caution is out. That may have been what it was. Ooh, and it absolutely was. We're sorry we got to do this to you, Dirt, but we need to see what happened. Everything seems to be going all right here for Mescal Jr. down into turn 1 and 2. Down the back stretch. Let's see what happens here into 3 and 4. I believe he's just going to overcook the entry there. You see it hit that curb, and around it goes. Can he stop it? Oh, no contact with the wall. So that's very, very helpful. All the drivers able to get by, but unfortunately that's going to put him 1 lap down. Whoa, almost back out into traffic. Trying to get that thing turned around and pointed in the right direction before he loses too many laps. Whew. Craziness. Looks like a few of the cars elected to stay out the first time around and gonna hit pit lane this time by Tom Laneville, your race leader there. You see him. He's gonna have the 95 of J.R. Hager just behind him. And let's see. We'll give them just 1 more second here, make sure they're going to stay out. Looks like the 22 of Cody Terry went back in. The 115 and the 95 staying out on track. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and see if we can't get a word in with your race leader, the 115 of Tom Laneville. Tom, it's Dave, man, in the booth. You got your ears on?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, what's happening, Cap?
So far, so good. Car feels really well, especially on the longer run, and just hoping I can hang on here.
Able to step away from your pole sitter, the 95 of J.R. Hager, who is going to line up to your outside. you were able to step it out to a 5-second lead. So were you disappointed to see that yellow flag come back out?
I'm going to be brutally honest. I really was disappointed. I was in a really good rhythm. I wanted to see what that happens, but, you know, restarts here are very important because it can be hard to pass, and actually, right before that yellow came out, I was having a lot more difficulty passing lap-down cars, which is to be expected, but I'm just hoping this restart goes okay and see what we can do from there.
All right, well, get ready, bud. Sorry, we'll let you go. Get back green flag racing. Tom Laneville, caution went a little faster than anticipated. He's back onto the gas with a great jump over that 95 of J.R. Hager, who finds himself in second. Battle on track, though, is between the 079 and the 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. Lance Yancey right there in fifth position. The 9 of Travis Smith making a move on the 4 of Matthew McMeekin down the front stretch. That is for the 6th spot on track. He's able to make the pass as the 20 of Ron Holyfield is right there as well. McMeekin stuck on the outside, getting freight trained right now. He does not like the position that he is in right now. I can pretty much guarantee it. Alan Westman in the 96 also caught outside, so McMeekin can go to the inside, and Westman dives down into the corner sideways, able to keep that thing pointed in the right direction, make the pass on the 4. He's going to try to walk away now. Holyfield is the first car 1 lap down, so he is not racing the 4 of McMeekin for position, but that is starting to stack up some of the field behind them. Your race leader, Tom Laneville, back out to almost a 4/10 of a second lead over J.R. Hager. Hollingsworth in third, Larson Jr. in fourth. Yancey is in fifth. Back here, battle on screen is between, and for some reason, I can't see. This battle is actually four position lap down machines. So they must have had, oh, caution is out. Oh, no, that is J.R. Hager. We'll have to take a look back, see what happened to Hager. Oh, there you see him getting loose right off of the corner. We'll back it up one more time, take one more look at it here. There you see him just trying to put the power down into the wall. Not a ton of damage. We'll go back one more time here. Let's take a look at it from the cockpit. Little bit of the curb. There you see it. That's what it was. Little bit of the curb and enough to crinkle the hood. But with this being such a short racetrack, I believe he'll be all right. Aero is not something that got to be too concerned with. He gets it pointed in the right direction, back into the gas. Tom Laneville, your race leader on pit road. You are still aboard that 95 of J.R. Hager. Now we will jump out on track with the 079 leading the race now as Tom Laneville has hit pit road. Looks like we have a handful of drivers going down pit road. The 05 of Brian Britt. Some drivers going to stay out on track. I think they're looking to try to get their lap back. But with the 079 of Hollingsworth staying out, that's going to trap multiple drivers a lap down. We only have 15 drivers on the lead lap as we are working lap 69 out of 225 here for the Virginia is for Lovers 225 in the 946 Designs Open Cup Series here on iRacing.com. Hollingsworth leading his first laps of the race. Tom Laneville has pretty much had this thing in tow since the beginning of it. working. I believe this will be our third caution of the evening. Field still single file, working themselves down the backstretch. Should be getting the one to go this time by, so we will go back green flag racing on lap 72 here at Martinsville Speedway. Just waiting to see if that Ford Mustang turns its pace car lights off. Hey, look, the driver was smart enough to do it. You know, it's bad when the manufacturer, I can't even say that word, manufacturer circles the problem for you. Just gonna throw that one out there. Anyways, we have a Toyota, Chevy, Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Ford lineup. Your race leader, Jeff Hollingsworth, bring the field through 3 and 4. He hits the gas, and we are back. Green flag racing. Great start for him. Lance Yancey also getting a good start, slotting in the second position, taking the spot away from the 01 of Gordon Larson Jr., who now finds himself under fire from that 96 of Alan Westman. Up the track goes Larson Jr., Tom Laneville, now right back there, up inside that top 5. The 9 of Travis Smith trying to follow suit and make the pass on the 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. He's able to do it. Lance Yancey with some trouble. He had a little bit of trouble there. Drivers got up into the car a little bit, and he is struggling on that outside now, being passed by multiple cars. Tom Laneville also going by. Travis Smith in the 9, trying to stick his nose just underneath and create the room that he needs to make the pass. Lance Yancey able to maintain position and keep that 9 behind him, just behind these drivers. The 92 of Chris Matthews, the 40 of Charles Woods, the 4 of Matthew McMeekin, all battling as well. Long train of cars here at Martinsville Speedway, and something we haven't done yet, but we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to crank it up one time for you. We'll shut up. Enjoy the action. And caution is out on track. We're going to have to go back, try to find this one. Looks like Ron Holyfield may have been involved. And is that Tom Laneville? That is Tom Laneville, one of your front runners, caught up in, oh my, other drivers caught up as well. We'll go back one step further, see what happened here. Tom gets down into the corner. Oh, got into the 96. They tangle a little bit more. They both go around. Oh, and that's going to catch. I believe that may. Oh, and the 57 of the Unicorn Cox did not have enough magic to get out of that one. Brian Britt in the 05 trying to get out of it as well. I believe that is Ron Holyfield right there just in front of them. I think Cody Terry may have been the driver that skirted past, getting just a little bit of contact out of that one. Brian Britt staying out on track. Rest of the field deciding to come down pit road. We'll have to wait and see if Brian Britt pits this time. And there you see him on pit road right now. That's going to leave Brian Maskell Jr. as your, well, not your race leader. I believe he may end up going a lap down here. So timing and scoring all over the place right now. We are working our 4th caution for the evening. And I tell you what, we'll play it safe here. We'll go out there on board with that 079 of Jeff Hollingsworth. And things, boy, they happen quick here at Martinsville Speedway. Went to try to give you some of our... Ooh, Lord. Sorry, early day, late night, you know. Anyways, I just don't have enough espresso right now, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Went to give you the sound pack, great action, and Caution came out, cutting that short, so we'll try to revisit those shots here in just a couple of laps. Wait for things to not quite get stretched out, but a little settled down. Lance Yancey in that 77, finding himself up in the second position. Brian Littleton in the 80, receiving the wave around. He's going to get back up onto the lead lap. That's going to give us 15 cars on the lead lap here for the Virginia is for Lovers 225. Field is doubling up. The 079 of Jeff Hollingsworth has the lead. What will he do with it? Out of 4, and he fires off early, gets a great jump over the 77 of Lance Yancey, the 9 of Travis Smith, working that bottom lane, now pulling even with Yancey on exit. Struggling Gordon Larson Jr. also able to get by the 14 of Corey Walters, the 43 of Craig Lerman right there, close, racing by the 20 of Ron Holyfield, almost into the back of the 40 of Charles Woods, as Walters trying to work that bottom line. There you see Alan Westman involved in that incident, still running. Well, he is being scored 1 lap down, but he is still running hard as he is the first car 1 lap down. He has Matthew McMeekin to deal with just behind him, so he cannot ease up and let up. I'm not quite sure who that is that he is battling right around. The 20 of Ron Holyfield has been able to get back on the lead lap. That is 8th position. Brian Mescal Jr. after that spin, after going around, bringing a caution out, going a lap down, he has worked himself back up onto the lead lap. Brian Littleton also working his way back up onto the lead lap. He is being shown 10 seconds behind your race leader, and it only takes about 18 to 19 seconds to get around this short half-mile paper-clip track. So Littleton gonna have to pick up the pace, or he may find himself in trouble once again. We're gonna go back up to this lead pack, though. As I say pack, there's about 5/10 in between the first 2 or 3 drivers. Then it starts to heat up a little bit more. The 77 caution is out on track again, looking for, not seeing who it was. That may have been Thomas Light, may have been involved in this. We'll look back. Oh, and no, I believe that was the 99 of Eric Blunt and the 08 of David Schmidt that was actually involved. Take one more look at it here from a different shot. Trying that outside is that 99 of Eric Blunt. Oh, just squeezed up into the wall by the 08. Not sure who's going to be the worst for wear. We'll take one more look back at that from the inside of that 99 machine. There you see him out there on the outside. Everything looks fine, and then wham, home closes up. Around goes the 08. Big damage on that right front for the 08. The 99 with some left front damage now as well. One more time at it here. That's tough. Not very hard impact. And you're starting to see a theme out there. Oh my goodness. Brian Littleton doesn't even have a rear deck lid on the back of that 80 machine. Oh my. My goodness. Craziness. Absolute craziness. Jeff Hollingsworth still being shown as your race leader. And even he has some damage on the rear end of his machine. So no driver safe. Gonna go to one of our onboard cams here in just 1 second. We'll see if the pace car lights go out. If they do, we'll have to hold off on this in-race interview, as it looks like Damon Cox down there still on pit road. So we're gonna see if we can't get a hold of a driver real quick. Well, They're already down the backstretch. They're going to get the one to go this time by, I do believe, Damon Cox in trouble. Being scored multiple laps down now. So bad news for the Unicorn out there tonight. Whew. Boys keep me talking like crazy. Your top 5 for the Virginia is for Lovers 225. Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet. I mean, why? What other truck would you buy? Just saying. Also, Haywood Elite Youth Wrestling Club out in Bethel, North Carolina. Great job. All you kids, look for the season start in first position. The 079 of Jeff Hollingsworth. The 9 of Travis Smith. The 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. Craig Lerman in fourth. Rounding out your top 5. Corey Walters. We are getting ready to go. Green flag once again. Back on the gas. The 9 of Travis Smith gets a great jump. Pulls even with Hollingsworth. A little bit of connection issues there for the 9 machine. He's going to stay on that outside, though, of the 079. Gordon Larson Jr. and Craig Lerman fighting for that 3rd position. As the 9 of Travis Smith has not given up the battle. Blinky or not, he don't care. Almost out there into that outside wall. Let's do one more crank it up. We're going to have to stay away from those shots because it looks like they bring out a caution every time. So we'll look back, see what happened here in this incident on track. As I believe Ron Holyfield may have been. Yes, he was involved. Ooh, we almost caught that perfectly. We'll look back one more time. One more step. Lead the 4 of Matthew McMeekin just got in there a little bit too hot. Got into the rear end of that 20. A little bit of net code it looked like, actually, as no one actually touched him. We'll take one more check at this on the blimp cam. No actual touching between that 4 of Matthew McMeekin and other drivers. Oh, the 99 plows right into that left front. That is not going to be good, but no contact was made as Travis Smith and some of your other drivers elected to come down pit road. That is going to put the lead in this man's hands right here. That 77 of Lance Yancey. Alan Westman in second was involved in an earlier incident. Great recovery by him. Matthew McMeekin gonna stay out, take the waiver round. My. I don't even know what to say right now. Crazy action all over the track. Drivers battling for the lucky dog. Drivers battling to stay on the lead lap. Let's get to a little bit of cleanup out there for tonight's race. 25 drivers showed up to the race. 22 drivers are still on track. 3 drivers have left the track. That is the 46 of Justin Walters, who is actually race control. So, I mean, he's here, but yeah, no. Roy Hyde in the 00 has managed to make a few laps. He is currently out there on track, but not on the racing service. So we have, looks like 16 drivers on the lead lap now, 21 still out there running as we speak. Pace car ducks off. Lance Yancey will have it in his hands. This time by. He hits the gas and we're off racing once again here at Martinsville Speedway. Alan Westman in the 96 with a good start. Travis Smith in the third position. Just beneath him on the racing surface is Jeff Hollingsworth, trying to go back and get that race lead once again. Travis Smith able to take the position. Thomas Light looks like he is stuck out there on the outside, but up here, up front, Alan Westman has not given up just yet. Oh, big moment there for Westman as he was on the gas. Rear end broke loose. Up the track he goes out of 4. That's going to let the 9 of Travis Smith try to take the position away. They are through turns 1 and 2 side by side. Back down the backstretch once again. He will have the preferred spot on entry to 3. Rolls that center very well back on the gas. Now into second, that 9 machine of Travis Smith, and he is going to be hunting. He is going to be stalking. That 77 of Lance Yancey will have to wait. And see what happens with him. Field's starting to check up a little bit. The 43 of Craig Lerman with a moment there. Almost into the back of the 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. Corey Walters right there on Lerman's rear bumper. Brian Mescal Jr. Great recovery of the race so far for him. He finds himself all the way back up into the 8th position, as well as that 80 of Brian Littleton. 1 lap down early in the race. Heavily damaged front end. Even worse looking rear end. But he finds himself inside the top 10, running in the 9th spot. Rounding out your top 10 here tonight, Virginia is for Lovers 225, is that 98 of Thomas Light. And as of now, the only 3 previous race winners we have inside of our top 10. Unless, let me do the research here before I speak wrong. Sorry about that. Alan Westman, only race winner this season inside the top 3. Gordon Larson Jr., also a race winner. He is in the 5th position. Brian Littleton, Thomas Light, 9th and 10th. They are previous race winners. Last week's race winner, that 40 machine of Charles Woods, not having the best of nights. He finds himself 7.5 seconds behind your race leader, sitting in the 12th position. First car 1 lap down is the 22 of Cody Terry. Up front, battle for the lead still going on. Lance Yancey still maintaining about a 0.2 of a second lead over Travis Smith. One of the closest battles on track is this battle you are watching right here, brewing between that 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. and Brian Littleton. Looked like Littleton was given the position that time by the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. and he will now set his sights, try to go in and close the distance on that 14 of Corey Walters. Travis Smith, caution is out once again on track, trying to look and see. Oh, and Cody Terry looks like he's got a modified. Let's see what happened to Cody. I believe he may have been involved. Oh, and just... Oh, my. Hager involved. Schmidt involved. Cody Terry involved. What is going on out there between these drivers? Let's take a look. Chuck Mobley. Oh, gets loose on the outside. Hager gets loose on the outside, and then that just causes chaos. David Schmidt Jr. caught up in somebody else's mess. We'll take one more look back at it all from up here in the blimp. Mobley gets a little bit loose through there. Oh, and the 95 into his left rear, hits the gas, gets loose. That's going to catch Cody Terry. That's going to catch David Smith Jr. right there by the start-finish line. And an early race contender has found himself mired with trouble here lately. Brian Britt, being shown as your race leader, has hit pit road. Where's on pit road now? Lance Yancey, I believe, will reassume the race lead. Yes, he will. 4-tire stop for the 77. 4-tire stop for the 9 of Travis Smith. And my goodness, there's an absolute lot going on out there on track. But we are going to take a moment. Let's see if we can't get a word in with this guy right here. You know, this guy. Let's see if we can't grab him, get a word with him, see if he can hear us on the radio. Travis Smith, it's Dave in the booth. You got us?
I got you, big guy.
What's happening, bro?
What's happening?
Man, I don't know. A lot of craziness going out there on track. Started to look like you guys were going to have a green flag run, and then kind of a little bit of chaos here lately. But tell us how that 9 machine's running for you out there tonight, and what you think you can do with that 77 of Lance Yancey.
Chaos is a good word. That's what I would use too. But this thing's not as good as you would think. Running second with it, I can't get it to turn, which is kind of probably helping me out here a little bit. But if I could just get it turned a little bit better, I think we'd have something for the 77. But him, the 96, and the 179 or 079 are the cars to beat.
All right, bud. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk with us for just a minute. Any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous you want to give to anybody out there watching?
Everybody.
Everybody. Go ahead and weave the wheel 1 or 2 times, wave at everybody. All right, my man. We'll catch up with you later. Back green flag racing. Didn't realize he was doing that right before we went green flag racing. Good concentration being shown by that 9 machine, that 9 driver, Travis Smith. He finds himself still in the 2nd spot. Jeff Hollingsworth from 079 right there in 3rd. Alan Westman still inside your top 5. Gordon Larson Jr. in the 01 being passed on the inside by the 43 of Craig Lehrman. That's going to be for the 5th position. Brian Muskill Jr. also right back inside of the top 10 in 9th. Brian Littleton up in 7th now. Corey Walters in 8th. Battle still brewing between Gordon Larson Jr. and Craig Lehrman. Brian Littleton finds himself right on the rear deck lid of that 43. Courtney Walters in deep into turn 3, almost into the rear of that 80 machine. Brian Littleton now looking to the inside of Lehrman. Oh, they touch! Lehrman up the track after that slight contact. He's going to have to watch it on exit. Brian Muskill Jr. looking to capitalize on that little tangle. And around goes the 43. He's able to save it. No, he's not. Lehrman goes around, and we will be back under caution, I do believe. No, we stay green flag racing. Somehow he got that thing pointed back in the right direction and rolling. I don't know how in the world he did. But Lehrman is a wheelman for that one. Let's look. Let's look and see how he was able to do that. We never went under yellow. He spins it back around and just keeps this thing going. and we stayed under green. That is absolutely amazing by Craig Learman. Lance Yancey being able to step it out to a 4/10 of a second lead over the second place car of Travis Smith. Back up here towards the front, Brian Littleton now setting his sights in on the 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. Closest battle on track, though, is these two drivers, Hollingsworth and Westman. That is for the third and fourth position. Alan Westman taking it away from Hollingsworth. He's going to look to try to go up there and take the second spot from that 9 of Travis Smith. $17 cars on the lead lap. First car lap down is that 95 of J.R. Hager. He is being shown 2 laps down. Damon Cox also 2 laps down. Chuck Mobley running in 20th finds himself 8 laps down here tonight for the Virginia is for Lovers 225. 130 in the books. And caution is out. Mobley goes around. Did he have help? We'll look back. We'll see. Looks like he just got in there a little bit hot. And instead of taking out that 57, he went ahead and spun it around. So that's kind of a gentleman thing to do there. I'm sure that 57 of Damon the Unicorn Cox appreciates that. Your 2 race leaders on to pit road. Alan Westman will assume the race lead out there on track. Have to wait to see if Westman comes to pit road or if he stays out. Corey Walters in the 14 stayed out as well. There you see Corey Walters hitting pit road. Chuck Mobley staying out. Damon Cox hitting pit road, electing to stay down 2 laps as he wasn't going to be afforded that wave around or the lucky dog because of the contact. Alan Westman, your race leader, staying out on track, so he wasn't going to be able to receive a wave around and off of pit road. Travis Smith maintains the second position, so he was able to get by Lance Yancey, who had a bad stop, was in his pit lane for quite a long time, so maybe missed his box a little bit there. Almost 50 seconds on pit road for that 77 crew. Rest of the field down around the 46 second. So pit road can make you or break you here on a short track like Martinsville Speedway. Man, a lot of action here tonight at Martinsville as we are under caution. Once again, our 8th caution of the evening. 92 laps to go, 31 laps under caution, average lap time 19:15, so not a bad average lap time for the entire field for the laps already in the books, as the fastest lap of the race is only an 18:85, so just off a pace from the fastest lap of the race as of right now. So these drivers getting the job done when they can keep it out of trouble. Alan Westman, your race leader. Travis Smith doing his peekaboo magic man stuff out there on the outside. Westman nails the gas and we are back. Green flag racing once again here at Martinsville Speedway. Travis Smith up the track into turn 1. That's going to allow Jeff Hollingsworth to get the position. Lance Yancey in the 77, he's going to try to get up there, put his nose underneath that left rear quarter of the 9 of Travis Smith before he can get to turn 1. Not going to be able to do it. Smith back to 3rd, Lancey in 4th. Lancey Yancey Oh my gosh. Struggle bus once again. Lance Yancey in that 77. Under caution once again. Looks like that may involve the 40 of Charles Woods in the 98 of Thomas Light. Let's go back and take a... Oh, and Woods goes... Thomas Light went around first, actually, I believe. So let's look at this, see what happened here. Brian Maskell Jr. to the inside. Gordon Larson Jr. right there on the bumper. Littleton to the inside going into turn one. And contact, and that was just enough to send that 98 around. Brian Littleton involved. Multiple other cars involved. The 40 of Charles Woods got caught in that. Man, tough racing action out there on track tonight as we are under caution yet again. And folks, we're going to step away for just one moment. We'll be right back here on Next Gen Racing Productions. Welcome back here on Next Gen Racing Productions. About to go green flag racing once again. Not missed any other action. 96 of Westman on the inside. He fires off. Not a great start by that second position. The 079 of Hollingsworth gets a horrible start. Gordon Larson Jr. in the 01 also with a very rough start. He's going to drop through the field as well, back to the 6th spot. Ron Holyfield in the 20, digging down there on the inside of, I believe that was the 80 of Brian Littleton. Alan Westman, though, able to step away from the field, almost a second lead over Travis Smith already. We are going to start working lap 145 here tonight at Martinsville Speedway for the 946 Designs Open Cup Series. Virginia is for lovers. 225. Travis Smith sitting in the 2nd spot. The 079 of Jeff Hollingsworth in 3rd. 4th, the 33 of Brian Maskell Jr. The 77 of Lance Yancey will round out your top 5 as they are running and as they sit here so far. Little bit of cleanup. Looks like we've had 6 drivers take it behind the wall and pack it in. That's going to leave 18 cars still out on track. 15 on the lead lap. Charles Woods in the 40 being shown the first car 1 lap down. Damon the Unicorn Cox still out there soldiering on. 2 laps down in 17. There you see the 18 of Chuck Mobley, heavily damaged, but just trying to get everything he can out of it. His machine looks like a modified, but he's still trying to get the job done, and we are under caution. Again, looks like Gordon Larson Jr. was involved in this one. We'll take it back, take a look, see what happened to Gordon here. Everything seems to be going. Oh, and he just gets loose very late into that inside wall. Very, very hard contact. That is pretty much going to put an end to his evening. Alan Westman, your race leader, hit pit road that time by. Looks like the 9 of Travis Smith has stayed out on track. The 079 also joining him, staying out on track. Will anybody else? Craig Lehrman also out on track still. The 05 of Brian Britt. So it appears that your top 4 are going to be drivers that stayed out. 18 laps on the tires of your front 2 leaders. And I believe Lehrman and Britt have chosen to hit pit road that time by. Pit road will close for these 2 drivers on screen. Travis Smith and Jeff Hollingsworth. They are going to be stuck out there on those old tires now, or face a penalty if they come to pit road at this point in time. That is going to put, I believe, 15 cars on the lead lap. Gordon Larson Jr. now being shown the first car 1 lap down. Damon Cox in that 57, still 2 laps down, has been lapped down for a long time here tonight. Alan Westman, first car off of pit road. 96 will find himself starting just behind your race leader, Travis Smith, in the 9 machine. Travis in the Wicked Energy Chevy Z01 Camaro. Toyota Camry right behind him of Jeff Hollingsworth. Alan Westman also in a Toyota. Lance Yancey, only driver in the top 5 running in a Ford, have to go back to 6th and 8th to find your next 2 Fords. So manufacturers are mixed up a little bit here up front. You got 2 and 1 in your top 5, 2 Chevys, 2 Toyotas, 1 Ford. My goodness, excuse me. Sorry, I'm dying over here. Pace car is off. Lap 153 coming to 154. Your race leader, Travis Smith, has it in his hands. He fires off early. Alan Westman with a great start on those 4 tires. Jeff Hollingsworth in trouble. Battle on track for a second. Westman with a great run through 1 and 2. He's going to take the spot away from Hollingsworth. Yancey looking to the inside. I can't help it, Lance. I just want to call you Lancey. I don't know why. I just do. Anyways, Westman all over the rear bumper of that 9 of Travis Smith. That is for 1st and 2nd. Lance Yancey trying to stay right there with that 96. Doesn't want to let him get away. Jeff Hollingsworth now dropping back into the clutches of that 33 of Brian Skell Jr., who rounds out your top 5. Brian Littleton, caught in multiple incidents here tonight, finds himself in 6th. Westman with a pass on the inside out of 4 to the line. He will be scored as your race leader once again. There you see, staying out is starting to hurt that 9 machine of Travis Smith, as Westman has already stepped out to a half a second. Oh, contact with the 77. there was contact between the 077 and the driver on screen, Jeff Hollingsworth. We'll back it up, see if we can't see it again. Try to get a better look at it here. Looks like just got into the back end, tried to check up. Brian Maskell Jr. right there. Not enough time for him to check up. That sent the 079 around. Lance Yancey back up onto track, right into somebody else. We'll see who that was. Let's look from the blimp. This is going to show us a little bit more of what happened. Lance a little bit slow on corner exit, back around. He nails the gas and into the 40. Innocent bystander Charles Woods, last week's race winner, hit and spun after the wreck by that 77 of Lance Yancey, just trying to get it pointed in the right direction, unable to, up the track and into another car. That's gonna, there you see, no front clip for that 40 of Charles Woods. He is, boy, he's in store for a very long night now. 66 laps left to go here for the Virginia is for Lovers 225. Travis Smith hits pit road. The 80 of Brian Littleton also hits pit road. Alan Westman, Brian Maskell Jr., Matthew McMeekin, Ron Holyfield, and Eric Blunt round out your top 5. Sitting in the 6th position, Jeff Hollingsworth, Travis Smith, Brian Littleton, Gordon Larson Jr., then rounding out your top 10, the 92 of Charles Matthews. You know, some of these cars out here would be, if we were running modifieds, might serve them well for some of the damage that they have. There you see a driver in the 3rd position, in the 3rd spot, Matthew McMeekin. We'll throw him up on screen. There you see him. He's got no front clip. It's missing. It's gone. Let's go to the nose. And there's nothing to see. It's gone. It's not there anymore. And he is still trying to get the job done. Scored in the 3rd position right now. So I guess a modified isn't that bad for you. Alan Westman, though, has a very fast car. He has elected to stay out since that last caution. 14 laps on those tires. Jeff Hollingsworth staying out as well. 32 lap old tires for that 079. I believe he had no choice but to stay out on track to get his lap back. He's going to find himself sitting in the 13th spot. Cody Terry in the 22, running in 14th. Brian Maskell Jr. has been able to find his way, excuse me, up to, it's got him shown in the 3rd spot, but going to be starting outside. Not quite sure how that's taking place. Excuse me, I am so sorry. Brian Maskell Jr., yeah, field is getting sorted out. That's why we stayed under caution. Brian Maskell Jr. going to be shown in the 3rd position. That's where he will start. Car going around, getting the lucky dog is that 40 of Charles Woods, last week's race winner. That will put 15 cars on the lead lap. Damon Cox in that 57 machine. Damon Cox in the 57 machine. golly. In the 57, still being shown 2 laps down. Every time a caution comes out, unfortunately for the Unicorn, not enough magic left in his purse to sprinkle on the track to get one of his laps back, as he has been stuck 2 laps down for about 100 laps or so here tonight. So long way to go for him. Brian Britt now being scored in the 15th spot. Charles Woods on pit road. Brian Britt on pit road as well. Jeff Hollingsworth has hit pit road as well. This could be a little bit of an interesting start. We're gonna go back a little further in our field for this restart. Keep our eye on the entire field. May start to see a little bit of wheel spin out of these top 5 who have all elected to stay out under this last caution. All of those drivers have at least 18 to 20 laps on their tires. Will that be enough to make the difference, as Travis Smith in the 9 machine sitting in sitting in 6th. First car with 4 fresh tires right behind them. Field begins to get double file once again. Your race leader, Alan Westman, will have control of the restart, and he is gone. Brian Mescal Jr. hits the gas. He hits the curb. My goodness, nobody got going except that 96. Oh, Littleton with a moment back there. Did he save it? We stay under green. I believe that was Brian Littleton. And it was. He is still struggling to get that thing back under him. My goodness, let's watch this again. Oh. One more time on this restart for Brian Littleton. We are still under green flag, though. This is a next-gen replay of that restart. Looks like drivers having some issues and troubles. The 43 of Greg Learman forces it 3 wide. Brian Littleton stuck out there on the outside. Contact made. Ooh, contact with another car. I believe that may have been the 98 of Thomas Light. I'm not quite sure. But your race leader will jump back up. Live action has over a second lead over the 4 of Matthew McMeekin. Ron Holyfield now sitting in 3rd. Brian Mescal Jr. in 4th. Closest battle on track is between this group of cars here. Craig Learman out there in his modified trying to take some spots away. Cody Terry in the 9th position. The 99 of Eric Blunt just in front of him. He is in the 6th spot. The 92 of Christopher Matthews still in the mix. Gordon Larson Jr. in the 01 rounds out your top 10. Battle starting to brew up here up front between the 4 of Matthew McMeekin and the 20 of Ron Holyfield. So Alan Westman stepping it out right now on a field full of, I won't say torn up race cars, but a lot of these drivers have some pretty good damage somewhere on their race cars. Travis Smith slotted in the 5th position. He has a little bit fresher tires than the guys in front of him. If we get a green flag run here, will that come into play late here in the race? This battle still has not sorted out just yet. Travis Smith now beginning to close the distance and try to work over that 33 of Brian Mescal Jr., who finds himself running in the 4th position. And your race leader is taking it full advantage of these drivers battling it out. He has now stepped it out to over a 2-second lead over second place, the 4 of Matthew McMeekin. We are still under green, working lap 180 out of 225 here tonight for the 946 Designs Open Cup Series. Virginia is for lovers 225. Brian Maskill Jr. up the track a little bit there into turns 3 and 4. That's going to let that 9 of Travis Smith get the spot from him. Put Smith in 4th. Maskill Jr. back to 5th. Your race leader, Alan Westman, has stretched that lead even more, now almost to the brink of 3 seconds over Matthew McMeekin. Ron Holyfield still in 3rd, Travis Smith in 4th, 5th Brian Maskill Jr. back in 6th, Craig Lerman in that 43. Cody Terry finds himself in the 7th spot, while Christopher Matthews slotting his 92 machine in the 8th position. The 99 of Eric Blunt is in 9th, and 079 of Jeff Hollingsworth rounds out your top 10. Travis Smith looks like he may be just a little bit faster than that 20 of Holyfield. Looks like he was almost 0.2 of a second faster that last time by the stripe. So he is closing the distance, but Alan Westman is opening the gap between himself and Matthew McMeekin just out front of these two cars on screen. So a long way to go to make up for Travis Smith, about 4.3 seconds behind your race leader, Alan Westman. There you see Alan Westman out in front of a couple of cars, missing their front clips. That is the 18 of Chuck Mobley. And I honestly can't even tell who that is racing just out in front of him. Nothing to worry, nothing going on right there. So we'll jump back a little further with this battle still going on between that 20 of Ron Holyfield and the 9 of Travis Smith. Brian Maskill Jr. right there lurking in the background if anything goes on between these two. Matthew McMeekin, however, has been able to walk away from these two drivers just a little bit. And where did the Magic Man go? Oh, there he is, back on screen once again. Now you see him, now you don't. That's why he's called the Magic Man. Cal Norton Jr. is his uncle. Ricky Bobby is his cousin. So, gotta watch out for what Mr. Smith does out there on track sometimes. He likes to do some of his best Magic Man impressions. And that was that 98 of Thomas Light, who was being passed earlier by the 96 of Alan Westman. Thomas finds himself now being shown as the first car 1 lap down. 40 of Charles Woods in the 15th spot, also being shown 1 lap down. This battle has raged on for multiple laps now between the 9 of Travis Smith and the 20 of Ron Holyfield, inching closer and closer to that 25 laps left to go here in tonight's race. Looks like we've got about 29. And I'm starting to look into the fuel here. Travis Smith out there for 37 laps. Your race leader out there for 49 laps. Do they have enough in the tank, or were they banking on a late race caution to get them to the end, as we have been under green flag conditions for quite a number of laps now, at least 29 to 30 laps under green flag conditions this time. So do some of these front runners have enough in the tank? Alan Westman, Ron Holyfield, both with 50 plus laps on their tires. The 4 of Matthew McMeekin also being shown out there with about 50 laps on his fuel and tires as well. Travis Smith looking like he's in a good position, as Brian Maskell Jr. also has that upwards of 50 laps on his fuel and tires. So we'll have to keep an eye on the speed of that 96, see if he starts to spit and sputter, as we have begun that countdown. 25 laps, now 24 left here to go. In the Virginia is for Lovers 225 at Martinsville Speedway here on Next Gen Racing Productions. And as always, want to thank each and every one of these drivers and you viewers out there watching. Thanks for all the likes, subscribes. If you haven't already, shoot me that thumbs up, click the subscribe, go smash that bell. Got a lot of great racing action going on out here. Caution is out. I believe the 22 of Cody Terry may have been involved in that. Trying to look and see what I see here, and I'm not seeing it. Let's go back a little bit further and see if it was that 22 of Cody Terry involved at all, and it was. He spins off of 2 into the inside wall, completely missing that front clip. Now is Cody Terry in that 22 machine, and when it went around, it went around. Little shot from the gyro camera here. Late exit, it just goes around. No more downforce on that front end, hard into the inside wall, and he is going to be in trouble now. Brian Britt being shown as your race leader has not hit pit road. Do think he will be hitting pit road sometime soon. There you see him on pit road right now. Damon Cox able to get one of his laps back when these other drivers, however, hit pit road and come back out. He is more than likely going to be shown that second lap down once again here in tonight's race. We're on lap 206 out of 225 here for the 946 Designs Open Cup Series, presented to you by Next Gen Racing Leagues on iRacing.com. So after the caution, after the pit stops, this man right here, the 96 of Alan Westman, will reassume your race lead. 19 laps to go when we cross the stripe. Does that 96 have what it takes to get another great jump on the field and stretch the lead before anyone else can say anything about it? The 20 of Ron Holyfield, the 4 of Matthew McMeekin, Travis Smith, They all have something to say about it. They all want to say something about it. As we are seeing, that 4 of Matthew McMeekin has been able to maintain that second position for quite a while with, well, half a front clip up there. No front splitter, no front bumper. Still has his hood attached somehow. So not a full modified just yet for the 4 machine. Travis Smith in the 9 in a pretty clean car. Gonna find himself starting in that outside row. Gonna be tough for him to get a great jump. Pace car's off. 96 of Westman will return. Well, he already restarted the 4 of Matthew McMeekin. Rough start for him. Travis Smith also with a rough start. He finds himself battling with that 20 of Holyfield for that 3rd and 4th spot. Nothing going on up there with your race leader just yet. Almost 3 wide goes Learman once again. Travis Smith able to get by that 20 of Ron Holyfield. We are now working 16 laps left to go. Your race leader has stepped it out to almost a second lead over the 4 of Matthew McMeekin. Travis Smith closing in turns 3 and 4. Back to the line once again in 3rd spot, looking to take 2nd away. Holyfield in the 20, running in 4th, staying on the bumper. Caution is out once again here at Martinsville. Not seeing any incident here. So I believe there may be fluid on the track, as I'm not seeing any incidents whatsoever here. So no contact, no cars torn up. Well, as we have this late race caution here at Martinsville Speedway for the Virginias for Lovers 225, we'll do some house cleaning here. 24 drivers took to the grid for today's race. Still have 18 out there running. 14 cars still on the lead lap. We'll run through the drivers that had to pack it up in 19th to 14 of Corey Walters. J.R. Hager in the 95 and 20th. David Smith Jr. in the 08. Tom Laneville in the 115 is in 22nd. Kendall Levron in 23rd. And Roy Hyde, your points leader, was a start in park, fix it up, run just a handful of laps. I believe less than 5 laps total when his machine was done with. They packed it up and left the racetrack as well. Lance Yancey's still out there in the 77, soldiering on. In the 18th spot, he is being shown 47 laps down. Chuck Mobley, 12 laps down. Damon Cox, the unicorn, finally sprinkled some magic out there. Got one of his 2 laps back. He is being shown the first car 1 lap down in the 15th position. Two to go here at Martinsville Speedway. Field will come around and get the 1 to go signal at the line, and we will have 10 laps left. 9 laps of green flag racing left in the Virginias for Lovers 225 here at Martinsville Speedway on Next Gen Racing Productions. And can Westman get another great start? Because he's going to have this 9 machine on screen. He's going to have him right there on his rear bumper. And a little bit of front end damage to that 96. You saw him caught up in an early race incident. Has overcome that. Has himself slotted in position to become the first driver with 2 wins, as Westman won at, I believe it was Talladega. Westman with a great start. McMeekin able to slot in second. Wheels spinning off of 2 for the 9 of Travis Smith. He's going to stay in third. Travis Smith looking to get by McMeekin here as fast as he can so he can go try to catch up with that 96 of Alan Westman. Your race leader has a 7/10 of a second lead over the 4 of Matthew McMeekin, and there is a train of cars forming behind him, itching to get by to try to go up there and take this win away from that 96 of Alan Westman crossing the line. 7 laps, 6 laps now left to go here at Martinsville Speedway. And I don't think he's able to get by. Travis Smith gonna be stuck behind that 4 of Matthew McMeekin. Heck of a job by him to put his car in position here late in the race. Working 5 laps left to go. Back down into turn 3 for the 96. Caution is out once again, and we're going to have a green-white checkered. And oh no, the 9 of Travis Smith involved. Let's see what happened. Lehrman into the back of the 9. He goes around. Tries to keep it wound up and out of everybody's way. A lot of cars getting by here. We'll go back, take one more look at it here from the blimp cam. See if there was contact or not. Lehrman down into the corner deep and definitely into that left rear quarter of the 9. Spins him around. He's gonna be a very heated driver here on this latest restart. He's going to have to start from the rear of the field all the way back in 14th spot. You can tell frustration there as he peels off and lays the rubber down trying to get it restarted and fired back up to the front of the field. Alan Westman did not want to see that caution, but I believe not happy, as you see here. Let's take a little look real quick at some of what was just transpiring between that 9 and the 43. Here you see the 9 coming up, not happy, discussing things a little bit of extracurricular, letting them know he was not happy with the move by Lehrman. Backing off, getting in position though, the 9 of Travis Smith, just voicing his displeasure, if you will, with the tactics from that 43 machine. But it is late in the race, and sometimes those chrome horns do come out, and you will see final lap being shown. I had to say that for just a minute, and we're going to keep track of this as everything takes place, and green, white, checkered is going to begin. This time by Alan Westman, your race leader. Matthew McMeekin scored in second still. Craig Lehrman in third. Jeff Hollingsworth in fourth. And rounding out your top 5 on this restart, the 92 of Christopher Matthews. Wheel spin by that 96. McMeekin pulling even on the outside to the line. I believe Matthew McMeekin got it that time. Oh! Trouble between some drivers. Lehrman gets contact. He's going to go around. We're still under green here. Caution once again on track. Not seeing who it was. I'm trying to find who it was, and it may have been this gentleman right here that was involved. We'll take, yes, it was Brian Littleton with late race action. Gets down into the corner. Everything seems to be fine right here. Trouble between those drivers and, oh, up the track. Oh, that's going to hurt a lot of drivers late here in the race. Just no give and take when it gets this close to the finish, especially in a green-white checkered. One more look at this from the blimp. There was a lot going on here. Got cars blinking, Learman checking up, Larson checking up into the 80 into the 33, the 77, the 22, the 99, all involved in this late race incident. That's going to allow Damon the Unicorn Cox to pull out and gain some positions after that melee. And we are now on to our second green-white checkered. 3 are scheduled if needed. And some games on that last restart almost went bad for that 96 of Alan Westman. Does he have what it takes this time to fire off and get a good jump over the field? Whew. Man, fuel is not an issue. All the drivers have hit pit road within the past 25 laps or so, so fuel will not be an issue. Will the tire spin be issue though here? 20 plus laps on these tires. Drivers with some damage. Drivers with front end damage, rear end damage. So, I honestly, I don't know what's going to happen here. Looks like the 96 is trying to warm up them tires, make sure they're not going to spin on this restart, as we are 2 laps to go. 2 laps till we go green. Should be 1 to go when we cross the line this time. Wait for the signal from the Ford butt stain up there. Pace car lights are off. 1 to go. Second attempt at a green-white checkered here at Martinsville Speedway for the Virginia is for lovers. 2:25:15 cars on the lead lap. Alan Westman, your race leader, leading 91 laps of tonight's race. Can he become the first 2-time winner in Season 1 for the 946 Design Open Cup Series? Coming around the corner to the restart line. He fires off, gets a great jump on that 4. And I believe Hollingsworth is going to be in the spot for second. Matthew McMeekin gonna have to fend off that 05 of Brian Britt, who has made his way all the way up to 4th. Can we cross the line right here and get the white flag out here at Martinsville Speedway? 1 lap left to go. Or am I off? Am I off? No, I'm not off. I'm on. Checkered flag this time by. There it is, your race leader, your race winner, the 96 of Alan Westman. And I tell you what, while these drivers get ready for their post-race interviews and all that, Alan Westman gonna burn it down for us on the front stretch. Walking the dog down this paperclip track. Look at him getting it. We'll give him a chance to celebrate, enjoy his little burnouts, and we will be right back with your post-race interviews here on Next Gen Racing Productions. Back at the track here at Martinsville Speedway, and we have just finished up the Virginia is for Lovers 225. And I tell you what, we've had an opportunity to catch up with a few of our race drivers out there on track. Few of them stayed, few of them didn't. So we'll have to wait and go through. Let's see if we can't get a hold of, let's see if we can't grab them. If we can get a hold of them real quick. The race winner, that 96 of Alan Westman. Alan, what's going on, bud?
Oh, not too much.
Well,
Just pretty excited about the win.
Able to be the first driver to get 2 wins on the season. Got to be happy about that.
Yeah, I definitely am. I wish I would have started and made all the races, though.
Well, man, keep winning them, and the points they'll come. They'll add up. So tell us a little bit about your race out there, Alan. Looks like things were a little bit hectic. Then they kind of calmed down and then went all hectic and haywire again for a little while.
Definitely. I started like dead last, I think, or second to the last. And they all pitted, and I think I stayed out. Got a couple spots, got up to second. And then I don't know if I came across somebody's nose or what, but ended up a lap down from that. Worked my way back up there. Had a super fast race car.
All right. Well, I mean, a heck of a job, man. Way to keep that lead through those last few restarts. Was there ever a time in those last 2 green-white checkers that you didn't know if you had enough to keep those guys behind you?
Yeah, that second to last one when I almost lost it. And then I think Matthew overdrove the corner a little bit, and I was able to get back underneath him. Coming into turn 1 there.
All right, well, congratulations once again with your second win on the season. Before we let you go, Alan, and get ready to go to Texas, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, anything like that to anybody out there?
Yeah, I thank H.R.L., Craig, and Matthew for getting me fast race cars week in, week out. Getting me able to get up in the top and finish up here and, 2 wins so far, so thankful for them to get me fast race cars every week.
All right, bud. Well, we will catch up with you next week at Texas. That was your race winner, the 96 of Alan Westman, and now we're going to see if we can't get a word in with the third place finisher here tonight, and that would be the 4 of Matthew McMeekin. Matthew, you got us?
Yes, sir, I do. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I think I'm doing a little bit better than the front end of your car.
Yeah, I had an opportunity. I'm looking at it right now, looking at the radiator, and can't believe I was running the fastest laps of my personal race last, 10, 15 laps of a race.
Well, do you think the no front clip may have been a little more aerodynamical?
Well, I'll tell you what helped me out was the temperature of the track going down. I was fighting the loose condition all night, even in practice, and I got really worried and kind of tightened up my car as much as I could. And as the temperature dropped, I was able to adjustments, and she started flying for me.
Oh, man, it seemed like there was some chaos at some point in times in the race. Were you worried about finishing this? Did you think there might be one that just ended your night?
Well, early on in the race, I got behind, and there was a caution, and I was trying to catch up to the field. I went through the pit stall, but I didn't stop, just to trying to catch up to the pack, and there was some chaos going on in front of me. I couldn't get back into the pits, and I had like 52 laps on my tires, and everyone had freshies, and yeah, I thought I was gonna go directly to the back, but caution came out, and I was able to catch up to the field and start fixing, repairing my car, and slowly, methodically started moving up positions.
Well, that you did, and once again, congratulations. Great job coming home with a third place here in the Virginias for Lovers 225. Before we let you go and head off, get ready for Texas, my man. Is there anybody you'd like to thank, give a shout out, thank you, love you, anything like that?
Yeah, of course. My team, H.R.L. Motorsports. Congrats to Alan, the winner, and Greg, who hung in there as best he could. He had I think a top 10 finish. And of course, NGR and our sponsor, 946 Graphics.
All right, but we'll head to Texas, and hopefully we can catch up with you there as well.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to Texas. Can't wait.
There you have it. That was your third place finisher, the 4 of Matthew McMeekin. And now I've had an opportunity to catch up with 2 drivers here. And they had a hell of a showing out there. First off, Brian Britt, great job on your 4th place finish. Damon, 9th place, but you were 2 laps down the majority of the race. So great job coming back and slotting in. Brian, we'll get back to you right now, though. I mean, how did you do it? I don't remember you being very loud all night out there on track, just quietly at the end. Boom, 4th.
Yeah, man, I was being really safe the whole race. Like, I was just trying to stay out of it because, like, everybody had beat-up cars. I was just really trying to stay as clean as I could. And whenever people challenged me, I would just let them go. And then at the end, like those last few restarts, I really pushed hard.
Well, man, that's going to go pretty good ways for you in the overall points standings. I believe you're sitting somewhere around the 10th or 11th spot, so a good finish for you here tonight is going to help move you up through the field as the points leader, Roy Hyde, he starting parked it there, so going to make up some good ground on him. Great race out there. What's your thoughts looking into next week when you head off into Texas?
Well, I mean, I feel like we'll have a pretty good car for Texas. I mean, it's going to be a lot like a plate race. So, I mean, it's going to be a lot of luck. And having a longer run car that, after a certain amount of laps, your car still handles the way it did in the beginning. That's going to be the real goal.
All right. Well, Brian, we're going to let you go ahead and head on your way. If you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, anything like that to anybody watching, now's your time.
Well, I just want to shout out to Next Gen team and the league for letting me have the opportunity to race with you guys. It was a lot of fun.
Well, that was Brian Britt, driver of the 5, slotted in 4th tonight. And now just left with me, the unicorn himself, sprinkling magic out there all night long. Finally, somebody slipped and fell on it. Got your 2 laps back up inside the top 10. Got to be happy about that.
I'm extremely happy the way we started, Dave. Practice was a nightmare, and Phil was set up in it right there at the end there. Nothing special, but it got involved in a couple little scrapes there and got a lap down, or 2 laps down at one point. So happy with the struggle, happy with the way the guys fought, and got me out of pit road and fixed some of that damage. So I'm very, very happy.
At any point in time tonight, Damon, did it cross your mind that you were going to be the next victim? You were maybe not going to be able to finish this thing. I know a lot of drivers were behind the wall for extended amounts of time. Did you ever think that your race was going to be ended in the next one?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, at Martinsville, that's just the way it is. I mean, the track temp was up. I mean, it was slick. You had to kind of tippy-toe around, especially if you didn't have a good setup. But the carnage and whatnot helps definitely in my situation. But, every lap, you're wondering what's going to happen above you and whether you can escape it.
Well, as I've asked many of the drivers up here in post-race interviews, next week we head off into Texas. Some have compared it to a plate race because, with this new aero package, you can pretty much flat-foot it for a good majority of a green flag run. What's your what's your outlook on next week's race at Texas? And what way are you going to try to swing your car setup? Are you looking for more comfortability or speed?
Well, that's a really good question, Dave. I mean, we've got a good group of guys that through the week help with some of these setups and whatnot. So hopefully we can put something together. For me, I'm more of a comfort guy. Don't really like being on the edge that much, but am looking forward to Texas. Get a little room between us, so to speak. But yeah, looking forward to next week for sure.
All right, Damon. Well, heck of a job persevering, pushing through it all out there tonight. Getting your laps back all the way back up into top 10 to the 9th spot. Before we let you go, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank all the guys at NextGen, including yourself, for the great broadcast. I appreciate you recognizing me tonight. Every driver has their own little struggle going on within a race, and you wonder, if anybody's even noticing, and it's nice to be noticed. But yeah, I always want to shout out to my family, and of course, always raising awareness for autism awareness.
All right, Damon. Well, once again, great job out there, and we'll catch up with you next week at Texas.
Thank you so much, Dave. See you, bud.
There you have it. That was the driver of the 57 machine, Damon the Unicorn Cox. Down 2 laps after a race incident, able to fight, claw, scratch his way back onto the lead lap, up inside the top 10, and finish in the 9th position. And man, whew, well, we were at Martinsville. That's for sure. Tempers are short tonight. A lot of drivers exiting the track as quick as they could. Some drivers scuffling it out there in the parking lot, I think. So we'll have to wait and see if any of these tempers flare into next week. Nothing left to do here except go through your finishing order for tonight's race. The Virginia is for Lovers 225. Your race winner. Second win of the season, the 96 of Alan Westman in second, the 079 of Jeff Hollingsworth. Third position goes to the 4 of Matthew McMeekin, while Brian Britton, the 05, is in fourth. Rounding out your top 5, the 92 of Christopher Matthews. Sixth spot goes to the 20 of Ron Holyfield, while the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. slotted in 7th. 8th goes to the 99 of Eric Blunt, the 57 of Damon Cox in 9th, rounding out your top 10, the 98 of Thomas Light. Cody Terry put his 22 machine in 11th, Brian Littleton in 12th. The 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. in 13th, 14th position. After a late race incident, the 9 of Travis Smith. 15th goes to the 40 of Charles Wood. 16th, Craig Learman. 17th, Chuck Mobley. 18th, the 77 of Lance Yancey. 19th, the 14 of Corey Walters. J.R. Hager is in 20th. The 08 of David Smith Jr. 21st position. The 22nd spot goes to the 115 of Tom Laneville. 23rd to the 28 of Kendall Leveron, while the points leader, the 00 of Roy Hyde, rounds out your field for tonight's race in 24th spot. Well, there you have it. It's all done. It's all over with. Short track racing is all over here at Martinsville Speedway for the 946 Designs Open Cup Series. Virginia is for Lovers 225, presented to you by Next Gen Racing on iRacing.com. Broadcast you across Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook by us here at Next Gen Racing Productions. Thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for enduring these long, grueling laps here at Martinsville. Sometimes things happen. It's short track racing. I would say it's Martinsville, baby, but can't steal the thunder from Bristol. Nonetheless, we're going to do what we always do here at Next Gen Racing Productions. We're going to leave you with a little clip. We'll see you next week at Texas.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.